That's where we're going.
We can say after Ukrainian, one of the biggest loser of this war is Europe. How do you see the people of Europe, these countries, when they're gonna reach a boiling point and say no to what's going on in Ukraine?
I don't know. I mean, there's two analogies that could be used here. One is the frog analogy. I don't know how true it is, but everybody talks about it. Yeah, you take a frog and you throw him into a pot of boiling water, and he's going to, bam, try and get out there as fast as he can. If you throw the frog in there and you slowly turn up the temperature, he'll be swimming around until all of a sudden he's boiled, because he doesn't realize that that's happening. Again, I've never tried it. I don't want to try it.
It works. It works this way.
That's an analogy that's put out there. But the other one is sheep. Yeah. The other one is just baby lambs. They're there, and a dog comes out and herds them in, and they go, oh, okay, the dog's our friend. And they have a shepherd up there saying, bring them this way, boys. And they're sitting there going, oh, look, the friendly shepherd is taking us over the field, and the dog's keeping us together, and we're all happy. And they go straight to the slaughter, and they're all killed. That's Europe, one of the two. Because what's missing here is the notion of a sovereign person standing up saying, that ain't going to happen, guys. I ain't going to jump in the boiling water. I'm not going to let you boil me, and I'm damn sure not following you to the slaughterhouse. I'm a sovereign person, part of a sovereign nation. We're going to make our own decisions, stick it in your ear, and get out of here. Where's European sovereignty? I mean, take a look at one of the most influential people in Europe today, Ursula von der Leyen. Who elected her? No one. And yet she's the president of the European Commission. Unelected official. Europe has become this European Union, this European Commission, is this nebulous thing of bureaucrats who talk about something that doesn't exist. What is the European vision? I know what an Italian vision is. I can go to Rome and I can see the Italian vision. I know what the German vision is. I can go to Germany and see what Germany is. I know what the French vision is. What is a European vision? It's fake. It doesn't exist. There's never been a European vision. Europe is a continent composed of sovereign states, each one of which has their own historical roots, their own culture, their own system, their own values. I'm not saying they should be at war with one another. Absolutely not. But what they've done out of the fear of European conflict is to create something that doesn't exist. A European vision, a united Europe. United in what, though? What should unite you is the uniqueness of each one of your component parts, so that when a Frenchman sits down across from a German, they can sit there and laugh at each other about, you're a wine drinking guy, or you're a German, you're a beer drinking guy. Whatever. I'm being super racist right now, and I apologize. I'm trying to have humor here. But my point is, they're different. A German is different from a Frenchman. A Frenchman is different from an Italian. A Spaniard is different from everybody. And yet you're trying to pretend that they're not different. So they've erased all these things, and they've created something that doesn't exist. And as a result, you have generations of people growing up in Europe that forgot what it meant to be German, who forgot what it meant to be Italian, who forgot what it meant to be Frenchman. And so now they're being led, because what they become is sheep, stupid sheep. They're being led by the Americans towards the slaughterhouse with unelected Ursula von der Leyen as the dog, holding them together. Stay in there, lead up, you're all going to die. They're all sheep. Or they're a bunch of frogs that have just been dumped in the water, and the Americans are sitting there turning up the heat, and they're all going to boil. But they've lost what it meant to be a German. So therefore, when the United States attacks German infrastructure, normally you'd expect the German people to say, what the hell have you done? But there's no more German people. They're European sheep. And they go, meh, meh, that's it. All they do is bleat, being led to the slaughter. Europe disgusts me right now. I lived in Europe when it was Europe. I knew what it meant to go from Germany to France. Yeah, it was a pain in the neck to go to the bank and say, I got my German marks and I need French francs. But they did it. I paid a commission. It wasn't economic. But now I knew I was in France. Why? Because I'm holding French francs. And then when I go across the border to Italy, it's a pain. I got to go stand in line again, turn in my French francs, and get my Italian lira. But now I know I'm in Italy. Why? I'm holding Italian lira. I knew the difference between Germany, between France, between Italy. I knew the peso of Spain because they were distinct nations, distinct people, and it was beautiful. It was wonderful. And the other beautiful thing about it is even then, if I went to France, a lot of the French people spoke Spanish and German and Italian. Why? Because they lived in that neighborhood. You needed to speak those languages, but you didn't need to become this fake thing called European. There's no such thing as a European citizen. There is no such thing as a European citizen. It can't exist. And yet they've tried to create that. And that's the problem. You say, when are they going to wake up? How can you awake something that doesn't exist? Awaken what? European national identity? There is no European nation. How do you awaken German national identity when you've erased it? I mean, Germany is a fundamentally broken continent. And that's where we're at today. And that's something the United States always wanted. We always wanted that. A weak Europe doing our bidding. We love it when we're the shepherd and we can lead Europe around. We love it that way.
That's why the sabotage of Nord Stream pipeline happened.
Yeah, and nobody's talking about it. Why? Because sheep can't talk. All they can do is bleat as you lead them to the slaughter.
How do you see the last question here? How do you see what would be the solution to this war in Ukraine? Do you see peace talks or the complete defeat of Ukraine?
Complete defeat of Ukraine. First of all, again, my whole thing is being